Hey, greetings everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. Hope everyone's doing well. The other day I uploaded a video looking back on the Beatles Mono Vinyl Box Set. Got a bit of attention. I was happy with the views and the comments. It's great. Thank you very much. Remember to push the like button if you enjoy my content. I'd appreciate it. And even press the dislike button if you don't like my content. I'd appreciate knowing that too. Today I thought I better give equal time because it's, we're coming up to the midterms, so we got to give equal time. I thought I would do a bit of a look back on the box set of stereo albums. These boxes are heavy, man. Anyway, so this set includes all of the albums. We're not missing Abbey Road and Let It Be in this set as we are in the mono box set, which weren't produced in mono. Stereo box set came out in 2012. In 2009, we got the CD set, which was phenomenally well received in terms of sales and really inspired the Beatles gang to look into doing a vinyl version. So they tackled the stereo version first. It's a love-hate relationship with this one. It's not like the mono set where it's just a total love fest. We'll get into that in a second, but I guess the set, they decided, I guess the big mistake they made, which they didn't make with the mono, was to go digital on this, and also the pressing plants they used to produce the vinyl. So, we'll kind of get into that. They went with on the CD set, it was a 16-bit digital master. They went 24-bit on the vinyl, which is a bit of an improvement. If you want to look up the history of how they made this and everything, there's lots of stuff online. Check it out. Sean McGee, again, was the chief engineer in the project, and you can't argue with the amount of effort that went into this. If you read about it, it's really, I started to write it down. I was going to give a little brief, and I thought, it's too much information that went going over my head. But trust me, they did a thorough job of trying to make this the best set they could possibly make. Again, the decision to go digital and the pressing plant probably caused most of the negative comments on this set. What else can I say? So it was pressed in two plants. One, Optimal in Germany, which is very highly regarded plant. They ended up producing all the mono sets, from what I understand. The sets that were produced, the albums that were produced and pressed in Optimal get pretty much rave reviews. They used a plant in the US called Rainbow. Take the W off the Rainbow, Rainbo, and this is where quality control really fell down. So if you want to go on the Steve Hoffman forums and look back at, people were just losing their friggin' minds. First, let me say that my set is fine. I don't have any of the issues, and it's produced in the US. It was a Rainbow set. I know a lot of people who didn't have any problems, but I'm not, condemning or arguing with the people who did have problems. I sympathize with them, but I was really lucky. I like my pressings. They're fine. So complaints, poor pressings, noisy. The vinyl's noisy, loud and bright, some people are saying, and from a digital source. That's some people saying some of their albums were warped. Just really poor quality control from Rainbow is really the main issue, plus the digital sourcing where everybody wanted analog. And I think to this day, everybody has a dream that they'll go back and do what they did with the mono and give us an all analog stereo set. So I'll believe that when I see it. So let's just take a quick look at the vinyl. They did not go back and do the fold back covers like they did with the mono set. They gave us just a regular cover, and it's still, I think, pretty bright and fresh looking. I don't have a complaint with this, especially it came out before the mono, so there was nothing to gauge it with. And again, went with all the replica labels. That's such a cool label. Stereo. Now, I'm sure most of you are aware that the Beatles recorded in mono, wanted the albums released in mono, could have cared less about the stereo. The stereo was produced after the Beatles left the studio. George Martin and whoever else would come up with the stereo, do the separations, and the separations are so poor. It's just like this is in this speaker and that's in this speaker. There's really no center in the music, and that's really the problem with the stereo versions of Beatle records. Although people obviously, most people love stereo. It'll be interesting with the remix of Revolver how Giles Martin handles that. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to. There's again, the covers are, I don't know, it was cheapened a bit, this set, a little bit, I guess, but the quality of the photography is fine. And then we get into the yellow Parlophone labels. While we're doing that, I should show you the book. So the hardcover book that came with this, 252 pages. There's a chapter dedicated to each album. Fantastic book. It's the same with the mono set. The book is incredible. It's really heavy. Just give you an idea. Beautiful glossy, heavy pages. Those early looks of the Beatles in the studio. It's so cool. And then they give you a chapter on each album. There's with the Beatles. So fantastic book. I mean, it's amazing. Then we have Hard Day's Night. Again, there's a nice gloss to the covers. The vinyl's 180 gram. Mine's all flat. I don't have any problem. Like I said, some people are complaining. Flat as a pancake. Looks good to me. Sounds good. Nice heavy vinyl. I enjoy the set. I'm not putting it down, but I understand, like I said, if people had quality issues with their sets, it costs a lot of money. Now, when this set came out, I believe, I'm just going from memory, I think it was around $280 or something, just under $300 range in Canada. And so I picked it up right away. Again, as with the mono set, I sold mine off when I sold my vinyl, like 10 years ago or whatever that was, and ended up buying it again. Now, I'm going to say I bought it about 3 years ago. Amazon, I don't know if they found some sets in their warehouse. There was, I don't know how it came about, but Amazon ended up with more sets to sell, and they sold them at regular prices. So I paid like $300, same as the original price for it, and that was only 3 years ago. Now, if you're looking online, like Amazon.com, obviously it's probably through a third-party seller, that just under $2,000, $1,999.99. It's ridiculous. I've still seen it in stores for like $800. Sunrise Records in Canada, I've seen it in their store in Belleville, Ontario, $7.99. I seen used copies of it for $400, but who knows what kind of condition they're in. And I've seen them up as $800. I've seen them in the $1,200 range. The price is all over the place. So if you're interested in a set, shop around. Don't just take the first price that you see. There we get. Again, just the regular Parlophone label. Help. Again, the covers aren't nearly as good. They're good, but in hindsight, when the mono set came out 2 years later, and you looked at the quality of that to the quality of this, that's where the issues come in. Rubber sole. Again, I just love that photo of the Beatles, man. So cool. Revolver in stereo. Very much looking forward to the remix from Giles Martin coming out on October 28th. I did a video on that, which is very well received, and I said I wasn't going to buy it. I'm really having second thoughts. I want it so bad. I'm just going, oh, do I get it? Do I not get it? I don't know. I'll look like a real hypocrite if I buy it now. Sgt. Pepper. And comes with all the cutouts and inserts that Sgt. Pepper came. Now, the original Sgt. Pepper inner sleeve was kind of a colorful, swirly kind of a thing, if I remember correctly. And I wish they had have done that. But there's the cutouts are on a heavy cardboard, so that's pretty cool. Magical Mystery Tour, the original North American LP. Now, the one thing I don't like about this is the original LP in North America came with like a paper book in here with all pictures and everything. And this one comes with all that, but it's in a separate book. I wish they had replicated the original release when it was actually inside the gatefold and not as a separate. This is a heavy, I guess this is better in terms of keeping it in pristine condition. But, oh good, now my phone's ringing. Please ignore that. And again, on the Capital label, because it was a North American release. Yellow Submarine. You know, as much as people pan this album, I think the artwork and the whole packaging and everything of the Yellow Submarine film and what they've done with it in terms of producing product, you know, toys and plush toys and T-shirts and whatever else, I think it's brilliant. It's very colorful and just cool. The White Album. Now on the mono set, they went with the top load, and they went with the numbering on the thing. This one just has the embossed Beatles on here, no numbers. Just the little details that the mono set had. Abbey Road, which comes in a black thing and on Apple Records. This is one album that was not included in the mono box set because it was not produced in mono. Let It Be, which I very listen to anymore. I like the remix of Let It Be very much. So that's usually my go-to now. But that's again never released in mono, so that is not included in the mono set. And last but not least, the past masters. Now everything was done in white in the mono set and black in here. So the past masters is same cover as the past masters in mono, except black cover. There are more songs on the stereo one, different running order than there are in the mono set. So that's it. There's the box. They're actually beautiful sets. I mean, I'll die with these. They'll be burying me with these sets. What else can I say? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Again, press the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.